By the time this video is out, Fantastic Four First Steps has been released, and I'm either currently watching it, on my way to watch it, or have already watched it, and I really hope it's good, because man, we haven't had the best of luck when it comes to the movie adaptations of these characters. I mean, I have nostalgia for the originals. They're not great movies, but they have a lot of things I love about them, like the cast and especially Doctor Doom, but I just don't think they're that good of movies either. And don't even get me started on Fantastic. But one Fantastic Four movie a lot of people don't know about is a 1994 movie produced by Roger Corman. And that's because, well, it's never actually officially been released. Right now, the only way to watch it is on YouTube in what looks to be pretty bad quality as well. So I guess let's watch Fantastic Four 1994.
2 hours later.
Well, it was definitely a movie. Before I talk about the quality of the movie, I really want to talk about the backstory of this movie because it's so incredibly bizarre and interesting. Okay, so essentially someone brought the rights from Stan Lee for a super low price. And after multiple studios rejecting the idea, the one and only Flying Ryan financer himself, Roger Corman, picked up the rights, with the budget being a whopping $1 million. Oh yeah, baby. Like I said, the only way to watch it is in a shitty VHS rip on YouTube. In fact, in 2005, Stan Lee very bluntly stated that movie was never meant to be shown to anybody. But some way, somehow, pirated copies started circulating for years, and now here we are. Still does not have an official release, as the prints are apparently destroyed, and something interesting is that Marvel denied the existence of this movie for years. So basically, the history of this movie is just one big shit show of biblical proportions. But let's get to the actual quality of the movie. To be honest, I don't fully know how I feel about it because there are a lot of things I don't like about this movie, but there are a surprising amount of things that I really like. So I guess I'll start with that. For one, the actors are actually trying quite a bit. Even if they're not given the best material to work with, you can tell they're really trying their best, except from this girl. She sucks. I also do quite like Doom in this. I mean, sure, he feels a bit too over the top at points and a bit generic with his whole, oh, I'm evil because I'm evil. Brr. And the suit does look very obviously cheap, but I don't know, he has a really good charm to him. I also do feel that the first acts of this movie are fun enough, not really that good per se, but it's kind of the fun and campy time you'd expect from something like this. Finally, I think the Fantastic Four themselves, even if not given much stuff to do, are pretty good. The standout being Johnny Storm. However, I'm going to lead into the negatives now because I didn't really feel much of the family dynamic between the four at all. Like, for what's supposed to be Marvel's first family, you do not feel that family dynamic at all. Reed and Sue especially have it the worst. Like, they're supposed to have romantic chemistry, however, it just wasn't there. Speaking of wasn't there, this movie doesn't have an actual story until about an hour 15 minutes in. Before then, it's just a series of loosely connected events. The connection of the story is just being done with scotch tape, which has been run under a cold tap. And nothing really represents us more than the inclusion of Mole Man in this movie. What was he doing? Him and his whole subplots of Ben's love interest just feel incredibly crammed in and makes the movie feel really messy, and it essentially feels like it's only there to pad out the runtime to an hour 30. Okay, let's talk about the elephant in the room. This movie is cheap as hell. Now, in fairness, I've seen way worse looking movies. So I guess for $1 million, a lot of the effects are passable maybe. What really doesn't help is that this movie has fairly amateur and boring cinematography. Like, I could film something like this, probably, maybe, I don't know. And since we're talking about that cheapness, I hate the way the Thing looks in this movie. I mean, I thought he looked bad in the 2000s movies, but what have they done to him here? Look at my boy. He looks like a porn parody version of himself. Also, the way they go about his voice here, I really don't like it. It's a bit too low pitched if you ask me, and just sounds so wrong.
Got the garbage, do the dishes. Man. Hey, buddy, you can't be hanging around back here.
I'm not looking for trouble.
There are multiple times that the score of this movie makes it feel like a soap opera as opposed to what's supposed to be an action comic book movie. I can't lie, I found it amusing each time. Look guys, if I'm honest, there's not too much to say about this movie. I feel like the story behind the movie is way more interesting than the movie itself. And it's definitely one of the most mysterious movies out there outside of, like, I don't know, Flying Ryan. That 2 Flying Ryan references in one video, wow. I will say, I think everyone needs to watch a movie at least once in their life. Even though, yes, it's not the most interesting thing in the world. I know a lot of people hate this movie, but I don't know, man. The first 2 acts were funnish, and the third act just completely derailed that experience for me. But I'm still just going to give this movie 2.5 out of 5. Yeah, that seems fair.